Abe, in this video, we're going to explore how we can change the lead qualification chatbot's qualification question. Once you have created the lead qualification chatbot in a prefabricated recipe, you can automatically go and check out the chatbot by clicking on the campaign button. Go to chatbot flow, and you will see this particular new chatbot that is created by the prefabricated recipe. Click on it, and you can see the flow of the chatbot. So fundamentally, this is a typical flow-based chatbot, meaning the chatbot will always flow in this direction, aided by all these arrow keys all these arrow parts that you see over here. For example, whenever a new conversation kickstart, it will always start from start, and then it will go to this node, and from this node, it will branches out to different nodes as well. Now, you can see there are three different color nodes within the flow. The white color nodes are your content node. These are the messages that your chatbot will express. For PZ, we support these different types of content. You can send text messages, you can send images, files, documents, video, or cards. Cards and carousels are a bit special because they allow you to create content that it's only available on WhatsApp API. So a card node similar to something like this would have a title, a subtitle, and you can upload images, videos, and files. On top of that, you can have your quick reply button such as this, right? Now, in this example, the chatbot flow is very simple. Every new incoming every new incoming contact is pre-qualified by the chatbot using three different questions. So the chatbot will ask a consecutive series of three different questions. Whenever the contact answered anything that would disqualify the lead, it will automatically be what do you call directed towards this node, which will disqualify the lead. Otherwise, it will move on to the next question like so. So question one, question two, until finally, if all of the question has been answered successfully, it would be passed to this node here, which would do two things. One, it would change the contact status to qualify. Second, it would then delegate that lead to your sales team. So your sales team will only receive qualified lead. Now, in this example, because this was a chatbot used to qualify lead for a real estate agency. So the first question it asks is, what is your budget? Now, based on the question, it gives the contact three option, either 300K and below, or 300 to 700K, or above 700K. If the contact answered 300K and below, it would automatically disqualify the lead. Otherwise, it would move on to the next question, which will ask, hey, what is the location which you prefer? If the contact select KL and Selangor, it would move on to the next question. Otherwise, again, it would disqualify the lead. In the next question, finally, it asks the contact, what is your buying time frame? If the contact mentioned that they intend to buy 6 months later, it would again disqualify the lead. Otherwise, it would qualify the lead and automatically assign the lead to your sales team. Now, we're going to change that question a bit because we're going to change the intent of this chatbot for insurance sales. So first, we're going to modify this question from budget. We're going to ask income, right? Because that is a much more important question when you are selling insurance. What's your income? Now, this chatbot is going to be a very blatant and direct chatbot for the sake of brevity and simplicity. So below 50K, let's make it below 30K, right? and above 120K. So the minute we change the answer here, the options answer over here, we need to also change the condition notes, because if you notice the condition note here correspond back to the answer that is available over here as well. So if we have above 120K here, we must have the same response over here. Okay. Now, so what this chatbot is doing is that if the customer mentioned that his or her income is above 120K, we would add an additional label VIP. So that means we know that this contact or this prospect has a greater buying power. And if the contact mentioned that their annual income is below 30K, we would disqualify the lead. Anything else will proceed to the second question. Now, whenever you have a chatbot that intends to ask a question, make sure that this node is ticked. This checkbox is ticked. So what it means is that before the chatbot moves to the next node, it will always wait for reply from the user before proceeding to the next node. Now, since we are selling insurance, the next thing we want to ask is, do you policy? Okay. So again, we want to check if the customer already have a life insurance. Do you have an existing life insurance? If the customer say yes, we will automatically disqualify this chatbot. Disqualify this prospect, because let's assume that this is a chatbot that only want to sell to new customers, right? Again, click done, and we need to change the condition as usual. If the contact answer no, we will proceed. Otherwise, it would disqualify the prospect. Next, we will ask if the contact, what they call intend to buy, and what is the buying time frame of contact. We're going to keep this question, but we're going to add an additional question, right? So to add the additional question, we're going to severe the connection between the last condition node and the qualified lead. Click on any of the plus button over here and add an additional white box to ask for question. And we're going to ask, sorry, let's use card. We're going to ask if the person is a foreigner or a local citizen. Again, we're going to have a simple yes, no question. Click done, done. We're going to connect this from the last condition node to your new question. And we need to add an additional condition node to assess the prospect response. So click on condition. If response equals to yes, then we would qualify the lead by connecting it to the qualify lead button. Otherwise, if the response equals to no, we would disqualify the lead. Once you're done, click on the save button and you're good to go.